Riverfest is back next week. Are there plans to prevent last year's drama?
It's for that reason I'm resigning my candidacy. I was supporting Mr. Jordan. I don't know him. That's where my support goes. We haven't talked. I don't know anything about it.
Speaking of drama, there was a shock at the student government debate.
We gave you a tour of the new dorms that opened to start this school year, but there are a bunch more coming.
We've heard our local skate park might close. Good thing a big new one is coming soon.
Hi, and thanks for joining us. I'm Kay Knoll.
I'm Ashley Waters. This is Bobcat Update. Last year, Texas State's Riverfest made headlines for all the wrong reasons. What started as a high-energy concert ended with chaos, injuries, and major safety concerns.
Now, event organizers are making big changes to ensure this year's festival is safer and better than ever. Reporter Ava Gibson has the story on what students can expect.
Texas State's Riverfest concert last year returned, but chaos quickly followed. This year, university staff are making some big changes to ensure student safety at the event. Last year, Texas State's Riverfest made headlines when Tyga took the stage. The event quickly turned chaotic. A fence collapsed as hundreds of people rushed into Sewell Park, leaving 2 attendees injured. Now, organizers are making big changes to improve safety and enhance the experience of the event on April 10th.
This is still the old one.
Some of the biggest changes: there will only be one entryway, and students will have to purchase tickets online or at the door. This decision, organizers say, is aimed at preventing overcrowding and ensuring better security.
I think the biggest change that we made from last year to this year is going to be around the check-in and how we check students into the venue. So in order to access the venue this year, students will have to enter through the UEC. So the same precautions you take to enter for graduation is what students are going to have to do to enter Sewell Park.
And of your ticket before you enter, and then you go to Sewell Park this way.
We are also taking more precautions with just the safety hazards. We have hired stadium people, the people who do the check-ins for regular football games and regular athletic events. We have hired them to come and do like the bag checking, the ticket scanning, and all those preliminary things.
Another major change: this year's lineup will focus more on pop and EDM music, with a focus on including more local artists, a shift from last year's star-studded headliner.
We're gonna have those 2 local country talent that are like well known to our students here. And I think what's gonna add like a bigger element is like our EDM/dance/ like pop music that we're gonna have there as well. I think that music also kind of like draws a different crowd, a different level of excitement.
The countdown to Riverfest is officially on, and students will soon get to experience these changes firsthand. For more details on the event, visit studentinvolvement.txst.edu. Reporting for Bobcat Update, I'm Ava Gibson.
Candidates for student body president attended a debate last week. The idea was to give voters, other students, a chance to hear their platforms and ask questions. I moderated the debate, and it started with 3 candidates, but ended up with just 2.
It's for that reason I'm resigning my candidacy. I was supporting Mr. Jordan. I don't know him. That's where my support goes. We haven't talked. I don't know anything about it.
That's how it all started. Independent candidate Carter Lawson dropped out of the race without any warning. You can hear the crowd react. Lawson endorsed Jordan Hunter, a sophomore accounting major leading the Shooting for the Stars Alliance. The other candidate, Abby Myers, is a psychology major and an RA. She led the Bobcats First Alliance. A current student senator, Dakota Autry, was associated with Bobcat First, but he was removed after people found out about photos of him dressed as an immigration agent back in February. Monday night, the winner was announced. It was a very close vote. Only 0.5% separated the 2 alliances, but Abby Myers will be the next student government president.
Texas State has had issues reaching the housing needs of students on campus, especially since we set the enrollment record 4 years in a row. But a couple of big new dorms are on the way. When those open over the next couple of years, the university will have over 10,000 beds on campus.
Back in 2019, Texas State University broke ground on Alameda and Cibolo Hall as part of its ongoing effort to expand student housing. Fast forward to August of 2024, and the 7-story resident hall is officially open. Providing more than 1,000 new beds for students, the dorms also feature upgraded utilities and a kitchen space where students could cook their own meals. I spoke with freshman Bryce Sanders on how the new dorms are bringing students together.
It still definitely is about like a good little impact for like a lot of people. I still see people out there, like some people like play guitar and stuff, so it's pretty cool out there. Yeah, it definitely is a big community for sure over here than I've seen in other dorms.
Right next door, progress continues with Hilltop Housing Phase 2, the project replacing the former Arnold and Smith halls. Demolition has been completed and construction is scheduled to begin on July of 2025. The new facility is expected to open its doors in June of 2027. I also sat down with Kamena Kuar, a desk assistant at Cibolo Hall, to learn how ongoing construction and recent changes have impacted her and the fellow residents.
So like deconstructing that building took a lot of time, and there was a lot of noise of deconstructing the building.
We spoke with the Assistant Vice President for Facilities, Dan Costello, to learn more about the new building developments.
Yeah, so it would be buildings and probably some green courtyard type areas, and then trying to create a really good pathway for those students to get into to the campus interior.
And the expansion doesn't stop there. Castro Hall is set to open in fall of 2025, adding over 900 more beds to the housing system. For Bobcat Update, I'm RJ Smith.
Texas State is building a lot more than just new dorms. The university just announced its plans to develop a brand new music building for students. Reporter Ashley Vela got over to our existing School of Music to get some opinions about the new space. Here's what she found out.
Texas State University's School of Music is gearing up for a major upgrade. The university is investing in a brand new facility to accommodate its growing music department. For years, the current building has been the heart of the program, but was originally designed for only 200 students. With the enrollment steadily rising, the building has long outgrown its capacity.
The music building right now used to be the gym at Texas State. We're really crowded, overcrowded, having trouble finding offices for everybody that teaches here. I'll miss the building, but really, to maintain a quality music education, we really need new facilities.
To meet this demand, Texas State is planning to invest $90 million in an 85,000 square foot music building. The facility will offer spacious classrooms, rehearsal spaces, and performance areas designed for student creativity. While the new building is a necessary change, it's a bittersweet change for many.
I never knew that they were opening a new building, but that's an interesting choice. I can see why they would want to, because it seems like the music overall, music students are expanding. It makes sense why they would want to make a bigger building, but I'm not sure if opening a whole new building would be a good choice, but it's not up to me, right?
The current space has been home to countless memories for students, faculty, and alumni who have spent years creating and performing there. The new facility is set to locate next to the Performing Arts Center on the San Marcos campus. While there's no set timeline for construction just yet, anticipation is already growing within the Texas State community. Students, faculty, and alumni all eager for the new space that will set the stage for the next generation of musical talent. This has been Ashley Vela, Bobcat Update.
There we go.
Last month, Texas State hosted a research showcase. It was a chance to show off some of the really interesting scholarships happening now on campus.
It was also an opportunity for professors and students to learn about opportunities to fund that research. Reporter Ava Gibson talked with some of the presenters.
Good evening. My name is Ava Gibson, and I'm at the Texas State Division of Research Conference, where students and faculty are showcasing innovative studies in technology, healthcare, and more. Let's take a look at some of that research. The showcase featured keynote presentations, panel discussions, and networking sessions, where researchers and experts tackled pressing challenges in fields like healthcare, energy, and workforce development.
With you to mutually accomplish some great initiatives and some great work, not only in the state of Texas, but also in the nation.
Representatives from organizations such as the Cancer Prevention and Research Institute of Texas, Idaho National Laboratory, Opportunity Austin, and Arnold Ventures shared how their support is driving cutting-edge discoveries. The event emphasized collaboration as a catalyst for real-world solutions. One of the featured speakers, Jim Keating, Commercialization and Entrepreneurship Programs Manager at Idaho National Laboratory, explained the lab's unique approach to innovation.
We're focused on impact. We're not so much focused on revenue. The primary way that we commercialize technology is we license it, because A, we're not supposed to compete with private industry. And B, really the people we develop very highly specific technical solutions.
Another featured speaker, Dr. Patty Moore, highlighted the Cancer Prevention and Research Institute of Texas' groundbreaking work in pediatric cancer research.
But we have a very active research community that are doing tremendous things from the prevention to survivorship.
Texas State's inaugural research showcase has set the stage for future innovation by fostering strong partnerships and pushing the boundaries of discovery. Texas State is not just advancing knowledge, it's transforming ideas into real-world impact.
Saturday, activists all around the country gathered outside Tesla showrooms.
That includes the latest protest in Austin, but it wasn't just anti-Tesla voices this time.
Dueling bullhorns, protesters on both sides. It got a little wild at the Austin Tesla takedown.
Graduation means lots of planning. Regalia, invitations, gifts. We'll take you to a one-stop shop for all of that.
A San Marcos neighbor has plans for a new skate park. We'll show you what and where.
And with 4 straight years of record enrollment, how do you get all the students around campus? You bend some rules.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
That was the loudest showdown between anti- and pro-Tesla activists in North Austin Saturday. About 100 protesters showed up from 10 a.m. to noon to march, chant, and carry signs against Elon Musk and President Trump. They were met with a much smaller group of Musk supporters. For the most part, each group stayed on their own side of the street. But one Trump supporter spent all morning walking among the anti-Tesla group, live streaming his encounters. At noon, it all ended with no drama. Graduation season's almost here for Texas State students, including myself, and while the excitement is building, so is the checklist of things to do before walking the stage.
I'll find that out myself about next semester. From ordering caps and gowns to ordering announcements, there's a lot to prepare for. But reporter Taylor Pearson found out that Texas State's Grad Fest offered a one-stop shop to help seniors get everything in order.
Students at Texas State got the chance to prepare for spring graduation early at the annual Grad Fest in the LBJ Student Center. The event helps students get ready by offering a step-by-step guide for completing a stressful graduation process. Grad Fest also offers prizes, giveaways, and career services information.
What makes it important and makes it so helpful is that you get more information that you never thought you needed to even know before you even got there. So even just wardrobe advice and things like that, they were really great.
I think the best part was being able to try on the rings in person so I could know the right size. And I'm glad I did that because I would have ordered the wrong size. Trying on the cap and gown and having that on for the first time, I really enjoyed that, and it was special.
And for those planning a picture-perfect celebration, Texas State is reminding grads that glitter is litter.
It's litter, right? It lasts forever.
Instead, students can grab an eco-friendly alternative because nothing says I'm an adult like making sure confetti won't be stuck to the campus sidewalks for the next 5 years.
The thing I'll miss the most is the crazy leg workouts every single day. I will never be able to get a workout like this anywhere else.
As their student status comes to an end, we asked seniors, what advice would you give to your freshman self?
Advice for my freshman self. That's a good one. don't procrastinate.
I would probably say, girl, go get a planner and actually use it. Have fun, go join a club, get involved, be a part of the community. Don't just bed rot, don't just party, you know, go and have fun, go to a football game and go make some friends.
With Bobcat Update, this is Taylor Pearson.
If you've been thinking about learning to skateboard, now might be the perfect time. The city of Kyle is in the process of building a brand new skate park that's over 3 times the size of the one here in town. I got out there to find out the latest on the project.
If you're a skater in San Marcos, you might be familiar with our skate park. It's right across from the library. It's got a lot of graffiti, but it's a bit old. If you're looking for a new place to skate though, you might be interested to know that there's a new place opening not too far up the road. Here in Kyle, only about a 10-minute drive. In about a year, right where I'm standing here in Greg Clark Park, this busted up old tennis court will be removed to make way for a state-of-the-art skate park. By the time it's finished, it will be the 5th largest in the state, about 3 times the size of the one in San Marcos. As a city, Kyle isn't necessarily known for its skater culture, but come early 2026, according to current project estimates, the city will be home to a 34,000 square foot skate park. By next year, all of this will be concrete bowls, tracks, and rails. To build it, the city has picked SPA Skate Parks, a veteran contractor in the field with over 60 parks built in multiple states. The company is family-owned and has been creating skate parks for over 15 years. We spoke over the phone to their head of development, Jan Curtis, to learn a little more about the plans for their project.
With this one in particular, we had already previously had a series of community input meetings. One of the requests, / requirements of the city is to make it kind of an all-wheels accessible. We call them skate parks, but a lot of times they're all-wheeled sports parks.
According to an email statement from the city's Parks and Recreation Board, the park will cost $3.4 million, but it'll create an attraction close to the city center that'll draw in skaters and other visitors. The board says the skate park will make Kyle a more attractive place to live and play in. That might end up sending more local skaters like John Ramirez up the road.
No, I was not aware that they're building a skate park in Kyle. I'm pretty hyped because I usually hang out in Kyle and a lot of my friends are in Kyle, so I'm pretty hyped for that.
Nothing yet is totally set in stone. SPA is still doing pre-construction design and surveys according to Yun, but regardless, if you're a skater in San Marcos, it might soon be time to check out the new park up in Greg Clark. For Bobcat Update, I've been Kay Knoll.
Texas State has had 4 years in a row of record enrollment. The university community welcomes these new waves of students, but it can contribute to problems with traffic congestion and not enough seats on buses.
But starting earlier this school year, Texas State added transportation with a twist. Patrick Skoulios takes us for a ride on a new way to get around campus.
The Bobcat shuttle plays a key role in students' daily routines, helping them get to class, work, and home. In fall of 2024, Texas State introduced a new articulated, or bendy buses, to ease overcrowding and reduce traffic. These longer buses hold nearly twice as many riders as standard shuttles, giving students more space and shorter wait times. But the improvements don't stop there. Texas State is also working on a partnership with San Marcos City Buses to expand public transportation for students and residents. If approved, the plan would extend service hours and create more connections between the campus and the rest of San Marcos. While these changes aim to improve accessibility, some students are still adjusting to the new system.
So I like them because it's more space, more seats, a bigger bus, and it's just more room in general. Whereas like the old regular buses are just tiny, more cramped. There's not enough room.
To me, they're more comfortable. I feel like my older buses, it's probably like, I kind of didn't mind standing up and holding onto the rail because it was kind of uncomfortable on me. But the new buses, seats are very comfortable.
University officials say they are monitoring ridership and making adjustments as needed. For now, the Bobcat shuttle is rolling forward with its biggest expansion in years. This is Bobcat Update. I'm Patrick Skoulios, and back to the studio.
Kay, have you had a chance to ride one of the new big bendy buses?
No, not personally. How about you?
No, me either. But it kind of looks like fun and has a lot of seats. That's all we have for this edition of Bobcat Update. Thanks for joining us.
We'll be back with more news for students and by students. We'll see you soon.